in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys the best businesses to start this summer. Let's get right into the video. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Some of these businesses I have tried myself. Some of them I have not tried at all. And some of them I plan to try. I just haven't had the time yet. So with that out of the way, let's move on to the first business. Now, this first one applies to all my youngsters. Go sell candy in front of Walmart. Go to the beach and sell candy. Go to a boardwalk. Go to anywhere where there's a lot of foot traffic and a lot of people. Get like a little cardboard box, a little cardboard sign, or a little bucket and sell candy. Just say, oh, I'm looking for donations for anything. Now, I sold candy in school. I have not sold candy outside of school besides my vending machines, but I know some other dude who does it. He says they make a lot of money, so literally go try it. And you're young, that's when you need to not take advantage, but take advantage of your youngness, because people see a young hustler, they just want to give money. They see that they're out there trying to grind, not just wanting money or begging. They want to support it. They like seeing young people go after it. So that's something I do plan on trying. This is more of a side hustle. It's not really a real business that you could kind of scale. The only way that you can scale this is if you become a wholesaler, you start distributing, you open your own brand, your own name, your own LLC, and you start selling these bulk wholesale items to stores, or you create your own website, you create your own page, you create your own brand and start selling those snacks yourself. So it's pretty crazy what you could do just selling snacks. On top of that, not to mention vending machines. And that leads us to number 2, vending machines. Start a vending machine business. It doesn't matter if you're just with a quarter, if you're with a gumball, if you're with the older vending machine or new top of the line, or these fridges. Now there's these fridges, you tap your card and it opens because it's locked. And then whatever you grab, that's what it charges you. That's something that I plan to get into real soon. So you guys have to wait to see me actually do it. But vending machines, it's a service, it's convenience. You're selling on convenience. Everybody always loves snacks. Think about everywhere you go. You either stop at the gas station, you either stop at a store beforehand, or you have snacks at your house. You love snacks. Everybody loves snacks. It's not going away. Everybody loves snacks. So take advantage of this and the convenience. Vending machines are everywhere. You go to a laundromat, there's always a vending machine. You go to a barbershop, most of the time there's vending machines. So vending machines as a business that I would encourage people to try to get into. If it's your thing, if it's not, it's more of a passive income thing. You have to put that initial work in the beginning, but then it pays off later. So now we're moving on to the next business that you can start in summer. Curb painting. Now this is something that I haven't done myself, but I tagged along on someone who does this professionally, and he says he makes a lot of money. So it's pretty crazy what you could do with literally just painting curbs. It's not that expensive to start up. You can literally get started with under $100. All you have to do is just break out of your shell, build your confidence, and knock door to door, or create flyers or post it on Facebook. I don't recommend the Facebook one because I used to be in a bunch of Facebook groups, and whenever someone came and just joined and then started spamming ads like, oh, buy my service or hire me, it was like a very off-putting thing, and you don't want that. Flyers is better, but door to door is the best. And then word of mouth after you land a few clients, that is your best bet. Word of mouth is super powerful. You need to make sure that whatever business you're doing, you make sure that the customer service and everything, your service is on point, because word of mouth is very powerful, because all it takes is one person to spread it to their friend and then their friend and their friend, and then everybody else knows about you, and then you're balling with customers and clients. So curb painting, it's super fun actually. You can make easy cash right away. You can get good at it really fast, and you could even do this with a few buddies. On to the next business you can start during summer. Movers and junk removal. Now I'm putting this in one because they kind of fall under the same thing. Now, if you can't drive yet, you are going to need someone that can drive, and you're going to need a truck or just like a bigger SUV or a car that can have a hitch with a trailer. So with this moving, you're going to help people move. You're young, bro. You could build up the muscle. You're able to move these stuff. And there's a lot of seniors that move, or they want things moved. They just can't because they don't have the strength, or they don't want to hurt themselves. And on top of that, junk removal. A lot of people have a lot of junk, bro. A lot of people do. And sometimes they just want to get rid of it. Sometimes there's older people and they don't want to let go of things, but their sons who are already older, they're like, mother, get rid of it. Father, get rid of it. So they call you to come take it, and you're getting paid. Me and my dad want to go help this lady who we met at church. She was an older lady. She wanted to move a couch and 2 chairs and a mattress and a bed frame. She paid us $80 to move that. And she's like, oh, I wish I could give you more. And we're like, no, like, we're good, bro. I thought we were doing it for free. I was like, all right, cool, dad. I didn't know we were getting paid. So you can make money, and they're willing to pay it because they don't want to hurt themselves, like I said. And they may not have the strength, or they just don't even want to hassle with it. So this is a business that you can start. All you're going to need is your strength, maybe a couple buddies, maybe a parent or guardian to help you drive you, or just someone older that can drive, a truck, which is probably not that hard to come by, or rent out a trailer or buy a used trailer and fix it up yourself. This is a good business to start. I've seen a lot of people do this and make real businesses out of it. Befriend realtors and people who flip houses, because they buy houses as is and there's a lot of junk, and they will literally pay you to get rid of it. So yeah, next business, reselling. I had to talk about reselling because I've seen so much people trying to do it, and me personally, I don't think reselling is ethical unless you're just straight up upfront, this is fake, bro. I know I'm gonna have a lot of keyboard warriors be like, reselling is real, you can get real resell, China just exposed. You guys can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. It's not ethical. but if you are going to do it, this is a good side hustle to start. Just be careful. I don't know if it's legal or not. You could say stuff that will keep you out of trouble. I'm not too sure. I would recommend this to people who are looking to actually start real businesses and go further in their career and develop themselves further, because to me, again, it's not ethical. Now, reselling and flipping items, like let's say you go to the thrift store, you get some good items and you resell them on Depop or OfferUp or whatever. That is good. Go to yard sales, start getting a bunch of items that you know what's worth. I don't know, Pokemon cards, or I don't know, man. You can find whatever. I never did this because I didn't know the history. I didn't know certain items, so I couldn't really do it because I just didn't have the knowledge. We're gonna move on to the next one. Window washing. Now this is very popular, especially when I was first getting into high school. My little brother even did this for a little bit. Now I might start it as well because he has all the supplies. Let me know if you guys want to see that in the comments. This one is literally just gonna take you going out there, making flyers and making it known that you're window washing, and you're gonna have to get good at it, because I see a lot of people saying they be charging $300, $400, $500, but I feel like you could only charge that if you're good at cleaning the windows. There's no streaks, making sure it looks professional, making sure it looks good. Now guys, little story time. I did door knocking for this dude who used to have a window washing business, and I was knocking. I landed literally 2 clients for him, but he didn't want to pay me. He paid me like $50, bro, and I was like, bro, what? Like, you just made almost $600 and you only paid me $50, bro? It did not make no sense. I even did some work for him. I have a picture. I'll see if I can find it. So the first lady that we did, she said she already got her windows clean, but she had these blinds in like a little garden room that she wanted to clean, and we were like, yeah, we could do that. And this dude, he was gonna charge her less, and I was like, bro, no, like, what are you talking about? Blinds, but you know how hard it is to clean blinds? He's like, nah, bro, I got it. So the lady ended up booking us, and then that took like 3 to 4 hours just to clean the blinds, bro. And it was literally not even that much money that we were getting. The lady was even willing to pay a lot more. Like, when she said that, she's like, oh wow, that's cheap. So I knew we could have charged more because it's blinds, bro. Nobody wants to deal with blinds because they're very hard. That's why the lady was willing to throw money at it. This dude undersold us, and I was the one speaking to her, and then he just started taking over, and then he just undersold it. It's like, bro, that's when I knew to drop him. But window washing, you can make a lot of money. On top of that, I ended up knocking on this door. They wanted it, and I gave it to him because he was the one that was going to clean them, because I didn't know how to clean them. So that was like our deal. I was the one that was getting the sales, and he was the one that was going to do the cleaning. And then he scammed me out of the money, bro. Comment window washing, and I'll start the business. So you can make some decent money. My little brother did it. He made some decent money as well. Start this business. You could turn it into a real business. You can scale it however you want. I mean, give it a try, man. What's the worst that can happen? Next business, car detailing. Now this is something that a lot of people have been telling me to do it, and I literally plan on doing it real soon. I'm gonna go meet up with some guy. He's a pro. He's been doing it forever, and he started when he was literally my age or younger. So car detailing, this is a very good business that anybody can literally try. It does not take that much skill to clean a car, clean everything. It's more about time. If you're willing to invest that time, and if you're willing to clean these cars, get really into the details, that's why it's called detailing, and lock in these clients and make sure you're delivering a good service. And the upside is crazy because everybody cleans their cars. Now, one business that I want to get into later in my life is getting my very own car wash, a self car wash, where I don't have to do anything. I just build it. It's going to be a lot of upfront costs, but it's going to make me passive income literally for probably the rest of my life. So these next one, I'm going to group it all into one: roof washing, pressure washing, soft washing, pool cleaning, and clean houses as a whole. So I know some dude who has a cleaning business where they go and clean houses, and that's like his cash flow business, and then he invests all that money into crypto. Roof washing, you're gonna have to make sure that whatever chemicals you're using does not kill plants, because you don't want people to come after you like, yo bro, you killed my entire garden, give me my money back, I'm gonna sue you. And climbing a roof is kind of a risk. Be careful, guys, especially when doing all these side hustles. Be careful, be mindful. Sometimes at the end of the day, the money may not be worth it. Pool cleaning, this is something that anybody could do. All you're gonna do is get some solution, everything else like that. There's a lot of old people who, or just people in general, who are busy and they have huge pools that they may not be able to clean or service. Literally, they were willing to hire you. Go knocking in your nice neighborhoods, knock on the doors and be like, can I clean your pool? I'm a young hustler trying to make some bread. Let me clean your pool. I'm very good at it. Get a scrub brush. I don't know how much the supplies cost. You can probably get away with it for under $200. Pressure washing and soft washing. This is probably like the best ones in this category, because you could pressure wash driveways. You could pressure wash sidewalks. You could soft wash the side of the houses, but be careful again with what chemicals you're using, because you don't want to kill their plants and you don't want to strip their paint or mess up their paint. So these are very good businesses that you can start. I've seen a lot of people do these and they're really good, and they're able to scale this a lot further. They can hire workers and just build on their equipment, build on everything else. So if you're gonna get this started, do it. I have not started this. I might start this. You guys need to sway me in the comments. So comment pressure washer and I might give it a try. You're gonna like the next one. Barbering. Now this is a side hustle that you could probably start during school. I know some dude, he literally started cutting hair in our school locker room. I don't know if I'll see if I can get some videos, but barbering. Now it's gonna cost either $100 or $400 to start, because you gotta get all the clippers, you gotta get all the equipment, the cleaning equipment, everything else like that. The hardest part about barbering is literally learning how to fade, bro. Do not leave no lines on your clients. Do not mess up their hairline. Do not do anything. Do not push them back. Do not cut them if you're using a straight razor. Do not give them bumps because you don't know how to properly clean your equipment. There's a lot of stuff that I've seen from barbering, even experienced myself. myself or my brothers or friends. The upside from barbering is crazy. My own barber started in his garage, bro. He used to charge me $12. Now he'll be charging me 30, 35. I don't even know, bro. And he's gotten a lot better. His skills got a lot way better. And he's been doing it for a year, 2 years now. This is a real business that you can start. I know a lot of barbers make a lot of decent money and they're their own bosses. They work on their own schedules. They can make their own times and they can set their own prices. Now, do not be taxing, bro. Like, it's not worth it to charge $20 anymore. I get it. But do not be charging, like, bro, I'm never paying over $45 on a haircut, bro. I'm sorry. I don't care how rich I am. I'm never paying over $50, bro. Barbering's a good business to give it a try. I might try this. It's gonna be hard for people to trust me. I've cut hair. Some girl I used to talk to, I cut her little brother's hair. I've cut my dad's hair. I even cut my little brother's hair. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty decent. I give a nasty fade. So we'll see if I can give it a try. If anything, I'll go to the homeless and give him a bunch of haircuts. So yeah, next business, landscaping. Now guys, my Theo, he used to have his own landscaping business and he was making pretty decent money on top of whatever else that he did. And that was my very first job. I've never really shared it because this was like when I was 10, 11, 12, 13, and I kind of stopped. I would pull weeds, I would water grass, I would plant plants. It was, honestly, I love gardening. It got me into gardening. I still love doing it. My house has like grass in it. I get the weed whacker, I love using the weed whacker. So this is a business that I do want to start. I do want to try, and I'm going to get some professionals that I could just shadow and follow along and ask them for their advice for you guys. Now, this is a good business that anybody can start, especially if you're young. Use that age to your advantage. All you need is a lawnmower. All you need is a weed whacker. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. You don't even need a blower, bro. Just get a broom. You're gonna knock on these doors. You're gonna be like, yo, can I cut your grass? Say your prices and you're good. You're gonna cut their grass. Make sure you don't kill their grass. Make sure you don't cut it too low and just get up all the roots. Like, just make sure you're being careful. And then with the weed whacker, you're gonna practice edging. Don't get too close, don't get too far, making sure it's right. Practice on your own lawn. Do a few lawns for free just so you can get social proof and testimonials. I see a lot of businesses, huge businesses, just from landscaping. I was doing a podcast. I was coming home and I saw these 50 trucks, bro, lined up, and they all said something lawn care, something lawn care, something lawn care. This dude had a whole huge company, multi-workers, multi-trucks, literally working for under his name. Imagine where he started. It does not take that much to get started. You nearly need a lawnmower and a weed whacker, and you can get these used, or you can even rent them for the day from Home Depot, bruv. Good business to start. Next business, washing trash cans. Now you're probably like, ew, trash cans. Yes, some of the trash cans were kind of nasty, but guys, it's a very easy business to get started. All you need is a pressure washer and some chemicals, and boom, you're good. Start knocking on them doors, start putting out flyers. One thing that I would do is literally everybody puts their trash cans out. Go to a neighborhood on the day that they put it out to get it dumped, and get a QR code, get a sticker, get a flyer, tape it on their trash can, making sure it's not crazy tape where it sticks and they have like a hard time disposing of it. Put it on there, say to contact you if you want a clean trash can, and boom. I actually had fun doing this, and like I said, I'm gonna start it again. This is a very easy business that anybody can start. I would advise it to anybody just looking to get their hands dirty and looking to just get a first business under the belt and looking to make some extra cash. It's super easy. And now I see trucks where they literally made this into a full-time thing. They have a truck that literally picks up the trash can, it washes it, cleans it inside. It's hot and steamed, and then it's literally clean within like a minute. I don't know how much they charge, and that's another business that I want to start, and I plan on doing a bunch of things, guys. I literally just need the capital right now, so I'm trying to stack it up as fast as I can, as much as I can. There's so much that I want to do. I literally just need the capital. If you guys want to help me out, feel free to get in contact with me. We could work something out. If you own a business, contact me as well. I love to highlight you guys and show you guys to the whole audience and just give that game to that people. I have the audience, I have the platform. Let me extend it out to you. So yeah, we can help so many people and change so many people's lives and perspectives, because there's so much people out here making a lot of money. They just don't have the attention that they may want, or there's some people who are willing to share it and they just never been given the opportunity to. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to change. So be sure to subscribe if you love the value, you love the gems that I'm giving, and I'm changing your perspective, and I'm showing you that you can hustle and make some bread. So let's get into my last favorite businesses that you can start this summer. The next business is social media. Now there's two businesses that you can start from this, and I've done both. Social media marketing, videography, managing social media profiles, and everything that it has to do with creating videos and content for brands and businesses. Now this is something that I do, so I have first-hand experience with this. I've created video reviews for companies, I've created videos for local restaurants, I manage some social media pages, and this is a very lucrative business that you can get into. All you need really is just a good smartphone. You don't need any crazy camera, you don't need any crazy equipment. All you need to make sure is you know how to make videos, get some views, and make sure to get people, if it's a restaurant or local business, through their doors. Now this is very easy to get started. Literally get your iPhone, walk into the building, create some demo videos, pitch to the business owner, be like, yo, I run social media pages, let me help you. Boom. It's simple like that. Now, if you guys want a dedicated video on that, comment social media in the comments and I'll make it for you. But this is a really good business. You can make a lot of money and you can turn it into a real business. I've done it. This is my cash flow business. And that leads me on to the very last business that anybody could start. It doesn't matter what equipment you have. It doesn't matter if you only have an old phone. A personal brand and social media profiles. I started my entire page literally off an old iPhone 2020 SE while I was still in high school, bro. I just started posting content and it blew up. Then I moved over to YouTube. I started posting videos, long form videos, and it blew up. And now I was starting to get paid for the content I was posting. Fast forward to now, I mean, you guys see it. I've invested over $20,000 in equipment to help me make better content. My camera, my microphone, this whole studio, my laptop, my new phone, my gimbal, my SD cards, everything that I've invested into myself because my brand was getting me paid. It's getting me a paycheck. Like I said, you don't need anything to start. All you need is yourself, confidence to post, and the will to not give up. I started off iPhone. I started editing on TikTok. I posted those videos and I kept getting a lot of attention. Then I moved to my Frankenstein computer that my brothers gave me their old parts of their computers, and I invested a little bit into my computer. Then I started editing videos, and then I upgraded to a better service, Adobe Premiere Pro, which helped me get more speed when I was editing and posting. Then I started hiring my first few editors. Now I have an entire team that helps me with my entire channel, my entire pages, my entire client work. I have a local agency where I do videography and coach people up on how to speak in front of a camera. Literally, that's 2 of my businesses. Then social media management and the creating videos for these businesses, that's a 3rd one. So I have 3 full-time businesses that I do to this day, and they all tie into each other because they're all related with social media and creating videos. So I've invested into myself. It's paying off. It's still paying off. Everybody needs social media content. Everybody is looking to go digital because the digital is only rising. So this is a very good business if you want to start it. Like I said, it does not take a lot. You could get your very first clients. If you guys want a full video on that, remember, comment social media and I'll break down everything that I do, how much money I made, how to set your prices, and literally everything like that. When I was in high school, I joined the real world. If you guys want to learn how to start an online business, it's going to be in the description, but there's a lot of business that you can start. Physical. Me, I like physical and I like a mix of online. They're both very good in their own ways. That's why I have the vending machines, and that's why I do videography, because I like speaking with people. Be sure to continue grinding. Do not give up if something doesn't go right, if you're not making the cash you want to make. And be sure to film and tag me on social media with all your videos. I love to react to them. I love to see them. I'll comment if you guys tag me in it. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. Any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.